Thank you, Mr. Agnew.
Talking about the principle, really, of plant breeders' royalties and rights, which I thoroughly support, it is their only source of income. And there is a very, very high failure rate. They may have 100 varieties in trials, and one after the other, they find problems with them and simply have to abandon them, having spent a considerable amount of money on them. But occasionally, they will hit the jackpot. They will produce something that somebody actually wants. And that one jackpot item has to cover the costs of all the failures, which isn't generally appreciated. Also, many of the companies are doing this. They're not enormous multinational concerns. Some of them are just family businesses. And I believe they have every right to demand some compensation for their intellectual property. Otherwise, there is no incentive to do this at all, and everybody loses out. Also, they could have something that's wonderful in trials and take it right through to market, only to discover that a competitor has got something that's just a tiny little bit better. Not very much, 0.5%, and everybody wants the competitor's product, and this firm thought they'd hit the jackpot, and nobody wants what they've got. We mustn't forget as well that those who buy these seeds and shrubs and stems, etc., are doing so to make a profit themselves. They expect to make a profit, so why do they resent, if they do, that the person whose intellectual property they're using shouldn't make a profit as well? And this was really brought home to me a few months ago when I had a field of sugar beet that looked poor. Couldn't understand why. And got the experts in, and I was told that that land has got beet cyst nematode. If I'd been given that news 50 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to grow sugar beet on that land again because the yield was reduced by about 30 to 40%. I just casually asked, is there a resistant variety? Oh, yes, I was told. Yes, there are 2 or 3, actually. Somebody had had the foresight to anticipate this problem, to go to all the work to produce a variety of sugar beet that was resistant to beet cyst nematode. That is how I've benefited, and I don't forget it. And at the end of the day, we have to remember the following. Most farm inputs, the farmers can't produce themselves. We can't make our own tractors. We can't manufacture our nitrogen fertilizer. We certainly can't manufacture synthetic pesticides, etc. But what we can do is grow seeds. And there's nothing to stop a farmer from sticking with varieties that haven't got a royalty on them and simply multiplying those up and waving 2 fingers at the plant breeders. This fact means that they can't overcharge because they know the farmer has always got that option to go back to a variety that hasn't got a patent on it. Thank you.